All right, guys, here we go. So 3v3 pro level action coming at you. We run these team games all month long. Players who win, so the teams switch up all month, but then you get points whatever team you win on. You guys get the idea. The point is, it's pro 3v3. We haven't had a chance to do a lot of team games like this. They're hard to organize, hard to get everyone on at the same time. We got really lucky today, had 6 pros in the chat. We're gonna run an epic one right now. So we had 2 team captains. We had Luke Z in red up on the top right, the Jedi himself. He's on the red team. The left side we got blue, that's Quas up in the top left, the death robot, 3rd place finisher of the Blitz World Series 1v1 this month. Those were the captains. Quas picked Artie. We got Artie the Iron Man in the bottom left. We got Zed the Algerian warrior in the bottom right on Luke's team. And then down in the pit where things get nice and weird and wacky, we got Marsh, Mystic Marsh, the newest pro coming in here in yellow, and we got Ed the wild card himself in purple. So Ed and Marsh in the pit banging out early navies, 2 players back behind them. 3v3 guys, it's not about how good you are, it's not about how good your opponent is, it's about how well you play as a team. Communication is huge. So in CNCnet, you can talk to your teammates with the backspace key. So these guys are talking all game long. Well, not all game, but they talk quite a bit. We just don't see the messages because backspace just goes to your teammates. Rocky's in now, so they're going to put early pressure on that center position. Those are Artie's Rocketeers coming in on bottom right, and Mystic Marsh now on the run with the MCV. Oh, he had to get away from that oil. That oil would have chain reacted. See if the teammates can support Marsh here. You don't want to lose your center position. Yeah, so Marsh gets ganged up on, loses the MCV. Marsh pretty much out of this game. He still has a naval yard, though, so he can keep pumping destroyers, but he's falling way behind here. Luke tried to go in the water as well, and Luke's getting knocked out on the top side. Man, it's hard to know where to look on a map like this in a game like this. Things going very, very fast here. The red team in shambles now, 2 MCVs down, left side fully postured up, and yeah, Team Luke, the red team on the right side here in trouble. Zed in the bottom right, like, what's going on here, boys? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Luke Z, I didn't see it, Berg. What did Luke do wrong? Yeah, so first one going to the boys in blue here on the left side. Gonna take that one home. Not much left to do here for Zed in the bottom right. Yeah, I'll give him another one on Oasis. We might let these guys get a little weird too. We might give these guys a, maybe we'll head over to King of the Nuke. Maybe we have a Team Big Betty map. We'll get these guys, give us some games as long as they're around. Oh, he just left and Quash just walked in, yeah. Yeah, if you give Quas an opening, he's gonna rip off your head and spit down your throat. That's why we call him the death robot. Ed just spamming in the water. That's so funny. Yeah. Yep. So they're gonna keep the same spots. Yeah, the thing is we don't have enough, all right, here we go. Another 3v3, so point number 2 here. Blue taking that first one pretty decisively, but these games can swing point to point. You never really know until people get warmed up. Yeah, well, these free-for-alls, so we run these after every stream. If you guys are in the stream on Twitch, whenever they end, you know, we do try to run open games for players. It's hard right now because we get a mix of pros and noobs a lot of times. This one is a stacked lobby, obviously all 6 pros in here, but yeah, I would like to run, if we get, once we get more newer players, I'm going to start doing like, okay, we're going to run a free-for-all no pros, or run a free-for-all just 4 pros. So I do want to do those eventually, but right now there's just not enough, newer players. It's hard to get a feel. Same thing with quick match, you know. We still need newer players, that's what it's all about. Got to get those newer players, but we will, day by day. Every tournament we get more and more new players. It'll come, it'll come. Division 7. We got a Division 7 for brand new players and girlfriends of players, but haven't got enough players to run a D7 yet. Even Division 6 is like the players. Like I want like players who literally are like, I don't know what's going on at all. But all right, so we got the naval battle this time. So Marsh and Ed going at each other with those destroyers. They're on a straight naval battle. Let's see if their teammates can protect them, though. If Marsh wants to be able to hold on in this naval battle, he's going to need all the money he can. He's going to need his teammates to help him out a little bit here, and they do need to keep him alive. If they lose that foothold in the water, it puts them in a very, very tricky position. What else we got going on the back end? So, already in bottom left, nice economy and some eagles behind him as well. Rocky battles. Okay, so both players. All right, so everyone holding on through the early pressure and good teamwork. You look at each other's bases. They have defensive structures for each other. Oh, but the destroyers take out the AFC, and Marsh does fall behind in the water. You can counter the boats from land in some cases. So Luke and Zed. So Luke and Zed got the tanks. Marsh's job was the naval battle, but he's just struggling a little bit. And Marsh on the run now. So Marsh is going to retreat that MCV, take it up to back mid. Yeah, Luke Z looking tough. Luke Z looking good top right. They are going to lose that naval battle, though. Marsh still has that naval yard and one oil down there as well. So they do have a bit of a foothold in the middle. I'd like to see Zed bouncing in and shooting these destroyers with his tanks more. I think he's just maybe worried about getting backdoored. Zed's tanks are kind of AFK. Artie's committing pretty heavily to air. He doesn't really have that many tanks to push with. Ooh, and Zed does take a little bite here, but I think Zed should be picking on the destroyers a bit more. I'd like to see if Marsh could get a leg in and get some help from the tanks on land. He could build a cruiser and just take down all these Rockies so fast. So Marsh does somehow pull back on that naval battle. I'm not exactly sure how. Marsh not repairing his naval yard though. Ed is targeting the naval yard right now. And Marsh now out with some Rockies as well. So nice recovery from Marsh. Nice recovery from Marsh. What do we got on the... Let's look at the macro here. Man, this is just nonsense. If you look at this map and tell me you know what's going on, I know you're lying through your teeth. Kirov out now for Quas, top left. So Quas is teched up. Kirov coming. Maybe an IC coming from him. He's got some Desolators. Luke and Quas, team captains on the top positions. Both looking very, very tough. Luke over to tech now as well. Battle Lab out. A little late on it, though. Eagles coming. Oh, Zed. Oh, Zed's teched up. Oh... That oil, Zed's oil doesn't go down here. That oil would have taken his battle lab and his iron curtain. Zed barely stays alive down here on the bottom right. And Zed just wants to get this iron curtain off. Zed's got a Kirov as well now. Zed needs to be careful. That iron curtain, this oil is a juicy target right now. And already gearing up more eagles to go at it. Zed pushing with a Kirov, no support on the middle. Not gonna be able to get too much done with it. Kirov topside from Quas. We'll see how quickly Luke can get some more flak on that. I could actually get some damage done here. Keep an eye on that Kirov top right. Gonna go for that nuclear reactor. Would be a huge chain reaction. Luke now pumping flak troopers. Sells off the nuclear reactor. Has to sell the nuclear reactor. Good sell. Oh, the oil goes down. I didn't fully see that one, but yeah, that was most of Zed's base. Yeah, yep. And Luke put his iron curtain down there. Luke, you chose the wrong place to put your iron curtain. Both players are kind of running out of space. That's what happens if you lose that battle in the middle on this map. You lose your opportunity at a lot of real estate. You see, obviously, Ed has his whole base built there. Rocky's on the top side. Now, it seems like Zed's hit, right? Once one MCV goes down, it's a tough position. It turns into a 2v3. Boris doing work. Oh my god, the Boris is going to get the nuclear reactor? Oh, the Boris gets the nuclear reactor. That was sick. That was sick. Oh my god, what was that? What was that? Was that Eagles? Huge chain reaction. And again, guys, that's what happens when you have to stack up your bases like this. It gets so wacky with the oils. Yeah, Blitz was not made to be 3v3. That's why we do these ones kind of a little bit more for fun. The 3v3s aren't too serious. Kirov on the top left, it does use the force shield. But a good job by the blue team picking those targets, making them pay for their tight base. Big chain reactions. Yeah, Luke's yeah. Meanwhile, Artie and Zed playing patty cake on the bottom. Artie comes in. Artie's like a blister showing up when the work's done. No, Artie's Eagles did some work there. And another point up. Wow. Well, yeah, on a bigger map, of course. It's not Blitz anymore, though. All right, Zed and Luke. So Zed, you know, you always wonder in these positions. I'm always kind of like, hey, you know, you want me to like, you know, these games. This isn't a set series, so it's like, you guys want to keep doing this, and I love it. My favorite is when the losers like go again, love that. I love that. I love the hungry players want to try to prove themselves in here. I love that. I love that.
Battle control terminated.
Controlled chaos is the perfect word for it. It's the only word for it. Yeah, so you know what's funny here is that Quas's Boris was sick. Can I play that for you guys? Let's see. Look at the Boris top. Look at the Boris. He walks across the DMZ, grabs the new perfect target right out of range of the sentry gun. The MiGs come in. Huge. Huge. That's why you call him the death robot. All right, point number 3. So the blue team here on the left side is up 2-0. First one pretty decisively. Second one was close. Ultimately, that mid-late game, they just got buried with the oil hits. So, you know, there's a lot going on. Quas is doing some flashy stuff. He's got the Boris. Obviously, he's doing good stuff. Now, already in the bottom left, his Air Force, ultimately what won the game. But the real story here is the battle for the middle. And it's Ed, the wild card, getting one up on Mystic Marsh here in the center that's really putting them behind. And that's why those oils were chain reacting so bad, because they were all forced up on that back level. So a big part of this is going to be finding a way to try to hold that center. And it's going to be on Zed and Luke as well. It's a team game. It's a team game. Marsh trying to route some GIs topside. That's not going to work, but I like it. He's hungry. He doesn't like these sitting around getting beat up in the middle. So he's routing GIs on the top side, going right at Quas, and they're all going to team up. So a GI rush is really, really difficult in this because all your teammates can help you build sentry guns. So attacking early on like that, you're just going to have 3 players spamming sentry guns at you. But I like it. Marsh is hungry. Marsh is coming for it. Okay, so now we're going to see the destroyer battle. So IFVs, yeah, these guys need to find a way to support Marsh's boats from the land, and they can do it. That's the idea of this map anyway, at least. All right, it's the barracks, and again, why is Ed so far ahead on boats? I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to exactly say what's going on here. Smanning 807 with the follow. Thanks, buddy. And again, Marsh on the run. Yeah, so again, they're gonna have to go up that center position. I'm not sure why. I mean, Marsh falling behind. I think he's going broke. That's why he's getting so heavily out-navaled. But I'm not exactly sure why Zed and Luke aren't taking it more seriously. To me, it seems kind of obvious that losing that position is just kind of huge, but they don't really seem to care about Marsh. Leaving Marsh to die in the center. All right, so now Artie going at Zed on the bottom side here. Artie's broke though. All right, Eagle's over now. Take that battle lab. Nice, free hit for Marsh. So Marsh gonna pull back. So Marsh, this is good. Now Marsh, I'd like to see Marsh just commit to Eagles. Just go 5 AFCs, go all Eagles. Oh, and Zed pushing back on the bottom side now. Love it, love it, love it. Those prism tanks. This was a very early tech push from Zed. He is going broke now because of it, but yeah, these early prism tanks, very, very nice. Oh, that oil top right. That oil top right. Marsh's oils are like in all of his teammates' base. Everyone's like, dude, get out of here. Marsh is like, yeah, maybe if you protect me in the center, I wouldn't have to build oils next to your MCV. The Eagles doing work here from Marsh. Zed's army taking big bites on this bottom left. Already in trouble in the bottom left. Has to run with the MCV to top left. Both team captains now, Luke and Quas, going to exchange Kirovs. Give some Kirov high fives across the top middle. That's where the Kirov pilots hang out the window and high five each other. Rocky's over, and Marsh's Rockies come in to take out the Kirov. Marsh looking OP. Marsh, that utility player in the center, displaced from his original spawn point, now out with the Eagles and the Rockies. He saves that Kirov. He gets that Kirov. Now Luke's Kirov, and Marsh's Eagles doing work now. Marsh's Eagles doing work, but there's an elite cruiser in the middle of the map. That anti-air can be very, very damning. And Luke has an AFK Kirov. Luke has an AFK Kirov. He just puts it AFK. Says GG out. And that's 2-1.